Dominion Monarchs last season, looking for revenge tonight, and Old Dominion wins the tap. Referees for tonight: Joe DeRosa, Doug Sermons, James Breeden.
John, look for it. Old Dominion, they've struggled offensively this year. That's the thing. Right away, as soon as I say something, they get a bucket. But Jason Wade, unbelievable execution. That's what Coach Jones does well. Execution, they have to make shots.
Old Dominion on the board first. Wade basically put his finger to his mouth and says, "Chris Walker, relax." And we have a jump ball. Possession does stay with Western Kentucky. Let's take a look at that first bucket.
It's called a zipper screen, coming right up the gut, up the lane. Not great recognition by the Hilltoppers. They got to talk about that. Too easy. You got to make this Old Dominion team struggle for every basket. It's been their Achilles heel thus far this season.
10 on the shot clock for Western Kentucky, their first possession on offense of the game. Williams, he is stripped by Wade. Wade to the basket and will finish. First 2 buckets of the game for Jason Wade out of Richmond, Virginia. And here comes Western Kentucky. No bucket but the foul. Josh Anderson going hard.
Tremendous start by the Monarchs. They're a great defensive team. See, here's the double team. He didn't see him. Came from behind. Great double team. Getting to the rim. They're going to double Carson Williams. They're going to make him earn his money. As I said before, they're a really good defensive team, Old Dominion is.
All right, let's take a look at some of the keys to the game. What do you think each team needs to do to win?
I talked about it a minute ago, finish the play. They have finished the play, 2 shots, 2 scores, creating turnovers. They got Carson Williams spinning, they got a turnover. West Kentucky, they're at home. They score points, they got to push the tempo, and they got to be physical and win the rebound game, because Old Dominion's a very physical team.
Anderson goes 1 of 2 at the stripe, so 4-1 early on for Old Dominion. And we see a full court press right away from Western Kentucky.
Going to push the tempo, force Old Dominion to play out of their shorts, shoot quick so they can get the ball and sprint and get in transition.
Well, it's taken them 15 seconds already just to get into their set on this offensive end because of that full court press. And now we've got a travel turnover for ODU, and it seems like a lot of confusion on that possession.
A lot of confusion, and Xavier Green, he's not one of the best players on this team as far as assist to turnover situations. Even though he's an elite scorer, he needs to work on that. But again, West Kentucky keeping them off balance, that caused that turnover.
The Hilltoppers looking for their first bucket of the game.
Going to be hard to score on Old Dominion. Very stingy, very disciplined defensive team, very physical rebounding team.
And Williams, one-on-one, gets the double team and kicks out to Anderson for 3. No good. The putback is missed by Savage, and ODU comes out of the scrum with the ball.
That's that physicality I'm talking about, but they'll let Josh Anderson shoot that shot all night long.
3 no good. It looked like referees needed help. It looked like it was off ODU, so Western Kentucky is going to get the ball back.
Carver might have gotten away with a push in the back there. He's a physical specimen.
Jordan Rawls getting his 3rd start of the season, the freshman point guard for Western Kentucky. Gets through the lane, but he is blocked. And we've got numbers for ODU. Curry, coast to coast, nobody stops him.
Talk about the keys, create turnovers. They need turnovers, they need easy baskets. That's 2 turnovers now, a block and a steal, and they've gotten 4 points. They're up 6-1.
A fast start for ODU. Western Kentucky, where is the answer going to come from? Double teamed immediately.
Carson Williams is going to get a steady diet of double teams. If they're going to double team him and force Josh Anderson to beat him, I like that game plan by Jeff Jones.
We saw they were basically begging him to take that jump shot. He is 0 for 2 early on in this game.
It's called strategy. It's called scouting report. Going to take advantage of the guy on the floor. Don't let the best player beat you.
Wade goes hard, misses the first shot, but he is fouled and will go to the line.
Talking about game planning again, not fouling. Does a great job of not fouling, verticality, and sprinting the ball up. Mr. Curry, super quick, getting to the rim. Unacceptable transition defense. Coach Stansbury, trust me, is not happy about that. A guy dribble the length of the floor and get to the rim.
Jason Wade, 56% free throw shooter on the year. He will knock down his first, the sophomore out of Richmond, Virginia. And coming into the game for the first time is Alphys Palavios, the redshirt sophomore out of Athens, Greece.
Short bench for the Monarchs. A couple of guys transferred out. But listen, John, they're 3-1 since those guys left. That's what chemistry does. It's the hardest class in sports, so tell everybody, it's chemistry.
And that's a really big storyline. In the middle of this season, Old Dominion had 2 guys transfer out of this program. Ever since that, they have gone 3-1. Xavier Green told me it helped this team really come together, and they're saying they're really playing for each other now. And there's the bucket by Carson Williams. He is crafty on the inside.
Double team has to get there sooner before he gets into his move to make him kick it out to Anderson or someone else to make a shot.
That is their first field goal of the game. Western Kentucky opens this game 1 of 5 from the floor.
This game's about tempo. Again, I said earlier, Western Kentucky needs to push the tempo. Old Dominion wants to play at a snail's pace and do exactly what Mr. Curry just did with the float game.
That is just too easy, getting in the lane with Malik Curry.
He has been playing phenomenal. Wasn't really a point guard. Talking to Coach Jones, and he's had to slide over, and he's starting to see it now with some patience and starting to play well for them.
The 3 is good.
Right in his face.
Savage, who now with Cameron Justice on the bench is the best shooter on the floor for Western Kentucky.
Coach Stansbury loves Savage. He's solid.
Palavios tried to answer his is off, but Wade gets the rebound, goes up against Williams, and the putback is good.
Now think about it. We talk about physicality. You know what Carson Williams doesn't want to do? He doesn't want to foul. So it's better off to give that up. That scouting report, young players, if you know that you have a limited bench, give that up. It's better to have you on the floor than in foul trouble.
Well, and you can see a good point. He didn't really even contest that shot. Hollinsworth, back iron. And Anderson skies in, but ODU once again limiting the opportunities for Western Kentucky. Curry comes the other way.
We talked about it earlier, partner, about Cameron Justice not being in his game. Old Dominion, they're a tough cookie in this league. They're very good.
Fast start earlier on. Old Dominion with the early lead. We'll be back after this.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Ace, The Helpful Place, by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by AT&T.
Welcome back here into E.A. Diddle Arena here at Western Kentucky as Old Dominion currently has a 12-6 lead. Now, we talked about this in the open. Charles Bassett, the best player on this team for Western Kentucky, went down against Arkansas December 7th. He is done for the season with a leg injury. Chris, how has that impacted how Western Kentucky moves forward?
You said best player on the team. How about best player in the league? How about All-American?
Yep.
You know, think about what Coach Stansbury's had to go through. He probably based his whole offense around this kid, and now when you lose him, he has to change everything. That's one of the adjustments, but hey, he's a KG veteran. I'm not feeling sorry for him, and neither is the league. He's going to figure it out.
Xavier Green on the bounce with the pull-up. And Old Dominion, they just seem like they are getting to every loose ball.
That's what it takes is, you know, those 50-50 balls. You start counting those up. As they mount up, you wonder why the score is what it is. Playing really well down there. Good shot selection. How about that one?
That's
with
a
the
two.
southpaw.
Curry.
Looking like another Curry. How about that?
Yeah, right.
Wrong hand.
Different hand, buddy. We got you.
He's playing great so far tonight.
Jeremiah Gambrell, first time in the game for Western Kentucky. They don't go deep. They go only about 7 on their bench.
That's college basketball. People, if you look at every box score, 7 or 8 is all they're going to go when you talk about double digits. As the season wears on, that bench tightens.
Williams on the miss, and once again, Western Kentucky, one and done. ODU from the corner, no good. Gambrell, his first board of the game.
Can't keep giving Xavier Green those type of looks. He's not going to miss those all game long.
And a turnover by Western Kentucky.
Curry with that little shake and bake, little shifty move with the step back. I used to do it that way in the Big East. I'm telling you. Don't let the smooth taste fool you. That's how I did it back in the day. But Mr. Curry looking like a smooth operator.
You know what was wild about that play? He shook his guy so bad. He was going to go by him, but he said, wow, I got all this space. I'm going to pull up.
Hey, it's one thing to shake him. It's another thing to make him. How about that?
With the pull-up, Xavier Green is off. He thought he got fouled, but no call, and Gambrell goes the other way.
I realize he's the best scorer on the team, but Jeff Jones talked about why they're struggling. How about Carson Williams with the finish here? Nice drive by Rawls. Solid freshman making plays. Shot selection. Just 2 bad shots there by Green, leading to baskets for Western Kentucky.
It also goes back to your point earlier in the game. When the double doesn't get on Williams, he can score, and the double wasn't there. Got it up and in.
They don't want him to get started in a hurry. Again, we talked about earlier about relishing that Batman role. He's taking a lot of shots. Would love to see a couple of those go down.
Gambrell with the travel.
Drive to the rim. Got to fake. Got to fake. You got to fake. You got to jab at him. You can't. Once you commit, it's too late. It's too late. Zepke's got to fake. He's got to fake at him, stunt. Maybe he travels, take a charge, but once you call it help uphill, when the guy's behind him, it's Dunk City.
Williams are going to get a breather. As Isaiah Cozart comes into the game for the first time. 14-8. Old Dominion has led this one from the beginning.
One thing about Old Dominion, when they get that lead on you,
Zikpe, okay, I see you, big man.
I was about to say it. They're going to execute you to death. These 2 guys, if I'm correct, they won 3 times and lost 3 times. In consecutive years, they've beaten each other.
Well,
no stranger.
We knew this was going to be a battle. As Hollingsworth with the floater, that was pretty. We knew it was going to be a battle, you know, because these guys, they know what is on the line when they play each other. These have been the top 2 teams in the league the past few seasons.
They have, and forget about Old Dominion's record. They have a big-time coach, plenty of players over there, and it's been a lot of winning, a lot of experience, so they know what it takes to win this league.
Air ball, but it is off Western Kentucky. What a start by the Monarchs. As Ezikpe clears out space. Get off me. You're watching college basketball on CBS Sports Network, presented by Ace Hardware. We are back in here live in Bowling Green, Kentucky. The family is out tonight for a good game on hand. Old Dominion with a 6-point lead over the Hilltoppers. Now, these 2 teams know each other very well. Take a look at last season's Conference USA Championship game. This was in Frisco, Texas, and it was a battle.
It was a battle. Old Dominion beat Western Kentucky 3 times last year.
How hard is that to do?
That is very good. Now, West Kentucky beat them the year before 3 times. And as you said, look at them. These guys are no strangers to each other. I asked Coach Stansbury earlier, I said, is there a rivalry between you and Coach Jones? He says, nah, man, it's just a great battle. 2 veterans. I love seeing these veteran coaches go at it. And Old Dominion, how about the surprise?
You know, it's interesting because they haven't played that many games when you think about it. This is only their 41st meeting, with Old Dominion holding the 21-19 edge in terms of games. But as you said, they formed this kind of rivalry here in Conference USA, and these matchups have been great. Oliver gunning out of the timeout. Off, and it goes to Western Kentucky.
Talk about Old Dominion, who has one of the worst shooting percentages in the league. Bad shots. Yeah. Shot fake, drive, get your buddy a shot. I watched them shoot around. I don't think they're bad shooters, but if you're taking contested shots, it's going to be very difficult to shoot a high percentage.
And early on, the way they got this lead was getting those points in the paint. Now they're getting away from that. That's Savage for 3, in and out.
The points in the paint, also turnovers. Forcing turnovers with their stealth defense.
Xavier Green, he is not shy.
It's his job. He's the guy that this is his time to make those shots. Problem is he's not making it.
Rawls with the kick out to Gambrell, and he traveled once again.
And you saw Coach Stansbury go straight down like, freshman.
Saturday, right here on CBS Sports Network, we've got a full slate of college hoops. First at 2 Eastern, St. Bonaventure battles VCU, and in prime time, Nevada takes on undefeated and 7th-ranked San Diego State. The Aztecs are hot this year.
Hot. They are unbelievable this year.
Yeah, the last undefeated team in the country. And how about that one on the bottom? We can circle that. I will be on the sideline for that game February 1st as Kawhi Leonard gets his jersey up in the rafters.
Phenomenal player, NBA champion, NBA All-Star, NBA whatever.
Curry looking to cook again with the left. Wade skies in for the rebound and the putback.
I'll tell you why that's important. Because of his penetration, Coach Stansbury was worried about that. You have to help. If he shoots it, there's no one there to box out these physical rebounders of Old Dominion.
Man, Curry is a problem. Even though that shot didn't go in, he is causing a lot of havoc for this Western Kentucky defense.
Yeah, he's very shifty, and that's that
and
turnover.
There's the steal. 1-on-2. And what a play in transition by Tavion Hollingsworth getting back.
Love to see guys hustle back when there was a mistake made to cover for your buddy. But we have to talk about number 3 in blue because he is on fire, finishing with that nice float game as he goes to the rim. But it was an air ball, and Mr. Wade being fit with that physical body that he had, that specimen of a body that he has, going in, being physical and cleaning up and getting the offensive rebound.
But isn't it funny? We talked about shot selection, right? All of a sudden, they get into the paint, even though they didn't make it. Look at the easy putback they had. Green off the side of the backboard.
Just struggling, right?
Yeah.
Just struggling, forcing it. Let's slow it down. Get your buddy a shot.
I talked to him before the game, and he said he's kind of going through something right now. He said he knows he's been dribbling too much. So the coaches have been trying to work on him with his catch-and-shoot game. I think that's why we saw him take a lot of quick shots early on, but it's been tough for him to get in the flow.
It has, but he hasn't really showed out the way he really wants to or can, and they're up 18-10. I'm saying if it's not happening for you right now, get your buddies involved that are scoring.
Yeah, he's a good player. He'll get it going at some point. Deep three by Western Kentucky is off, and our guy Curry pushing the pace. Cross-court pass to Green. Doesn't even look at the rim this time. Gets downloading Zip. Is Zipke. Rebound, Western Kentucky.
Zipke's got to go at Williams, number 22.
And another turnover. That is 6 turnovers for Western Kentucky early on.
Yeah, got to clean it up. A little sloppy play. Coach Stansbury not happy about that. As I continue to say, the turnover game, and then when I talk about on my keys of the game, if they can capitalize on some of these turnovers, it will help them win this game on the road.
Jason Wade with a 3.
I like that shot though. Drive, get the lane, draw somebody, wide open 3. Just got to knock it down.
Rawls, as we said, his 3rd start as the freshman. He is running the show now. That has allowed Tavion Hollingsworth to move over to the 2 guard. He's been getting more points, but it's Rawls who goes to the bucket, and he will draw the foul.
He is a solid freshman. Cameron Justice is out. He's getting his opportunity. As we always say, just don't screw the game up. Doesn't matter if you don't do anything good. Just do not mess with the game. He's doing a good job so far. That's Mr. Justice. Like, he's shooting almost 40% from 3. Like, who wouldn't miss that?
Justice missing his 2nd game in a row. He did play 8 minutes in the game at UAB, but it didn't really count, Coach Stansbury told us, because he said he really shouldn't have played in that game. He was trying to see if he could go, and he realized he really couldn't. They said right now what the prognosis is, he just needs to rest. He has a bulging disc in his back. Once he rests it and gets a little better, that's where they're going to see if they can test it a little more.
Can't do anything without your back. That's one thing I know for sure. You know, and plus they got a couple of games at home. See if they can get through these games. Give them a couple of, you know, they play well here. See if he gets a couple of days more of rest, and they can get him when they head back on the road.
ODU had a hot start, 3 of 5 from the field ever since 1 for their last 8 field goals from the floor. Zipke lowers the shoulder, and he is going to get called for an offensive foul.
Terrific position defense there. I love it when kids give it up for their teams. Put your body there, take it with your chest.
What do you think of the aggressiveness, though? They've gone to Kalu Ezikpe, the sophomore out of Lawrenceville, Georgia, a lot in the low post. He looks like he's got a strong frame on him.
Ezikpe, he's a tough customer. I've watched film on him, and once he gets it really close to the rim, he's really difficult to stop. But away from the rim, easier to stop him because they can get a charge and force him to put the ball on the floor.
Hollingsworth will get fouled as he goes to the line. Seems like Western Kentucky is now making a better effort trying to get into the paint. Their outside shots weren't falling early.
It's that physicality of the game. Like, you can't rely on shooting threes. Old Dominion, one of the best teams in this league in defense. They're just super stingy. They guard everything, give you nothing.
Hollingsworth has really been pouring it on as of late. Scored 18 points at Middle Tennessee, 19 points at UAB, and this is really all because the freshman Rawls has moved over to the point spot, which has allowed him to really just concentrate on scoring.
Just never know. You know, guys want to pound the ball. They want to pound the ball. The bottom line is play the position that helps your team win. So sometimes through injury that happens, and sometimes, you know, it actually smartens the coach up, but he's playing a lot better off the ball. Credit Coach Stansbury for making that change.
You see that full court press once again by the Hilltoppers, but ODU had no problem breaking it this time.
Going to see ODU get a great shot here. See if they can get number 10, Xavier Green, in a driving kick situation. He needs to get his confidence right now.
Well, there's Green with the ball in his hand now. Kicks out Palacios for three. Wade with the rebound, and it is punched away by Savage.
Wow, how about that? A Savage block.
Take another look at this.
Wade had a clear path. I thought it was no way he wasn't going to make that bunny. Mr. Savage says, not today, brother.
And he can shoot, and he can jump. Okay, Savage.
Talk about Old Dominion and making shots, wide open shot. You gotta knock that down. You have to knock that down.
Gambrell with the crossover and the pull-up.
I was waiting. That's H-Town. That's H-Town right there. He's from the crib, as they say. I'm a Houstonian. That's my man.
And Terrell showing us what you got. All right. The freshman out of Houston, Texas. Western Kentucky cutting into that lead. We got a 2-point game, folks. Come on back. You're watching college basketball on CBS Sports Network, presented by Ace Hardware. Old Dominion with a 2-point lead on Western Kentucky. Saturday, right here on CBS Sports Network, we've got a full slate of college hoops. First, at 2 Eastern, St. Bonaventure battles VCU. And in prime time, Nevada takes on undefeated and 7th-ranked San Diego State Aztecs.
I got to talk back about Coach Dutcher and the job he's done at San Diego State. I mean, what they're doing is amazing in the West Coast Conference. I mean, I would have never thought this would be happening.
It really is incredible what they have been able to do, and really, they have a chance to run the table. I mean, that's what's so incredible about it.
I mean, I know that'll be tough. They got the big-time transfer of Malachi Flynn from Washington State, who is tremendous. Killed us when I was at Cal Berkeley. He was a really good player, but that's a beautiful place to go to school, too, San Diego State.
Oh, yeah, it's great. What a beautiful atmosphere, great campus.
West Kentucky in that press again, just trying to slow them up, give them a different look. There it is.
And there's a turnover. Right on cue.
I thought I was a 6th man. He was throwing it to me.
Take another look at this.
Yeah, just a little bit of pressure. Here's the deal. Oliver, number 11, has to be behind him. Got to give him an angle to throw it back. He's ahead of him. Tough turnover there.
Hollingsworth now running the point with Rawls on the bench. On the shot clock. Stagnant offensive possession so far for Western Kentucky as their point guard is not out there. Anderson with a deep three.
It's not a good shot. It's just not a good shot. He's capable of making that shot. Just not a good shot. And
Curry in transition, and he got a little too excited.
Yeah, just got a little excited. I was saying before, like, Coach Stanford's going, what are you doing? It's not a good shot. You got Savage out there, you got Hollingsworth, you got Williams. Not that Anderson can't make that shot, not in the flow of the offense.
Yeah, and Anderson really is the guy who they've been baiting to shoot the entire game.
It's a reason why he's open. That's all we say. You know what? You're wide open. Why?
We found why. Let's see how this offense is going to develop with Jordan Rawls, the freshman point guard, on the bench. Gambrell trying to get by, but can't do anything there. 6 on the shot clock. Hollingsworth got to go. It's at 2. Deep 3. Yes!
I saw it,
baby. Western Kentucky with their first lead of the game with a deep 3 by Tavion Hollingsworth.
Those are just backbreakers into the shot clock. You play defense. And the guy who's not a great three-point shooter knocks one down, nothing but net.
Wade with the left into the hole. Can't finish, and it is going to be a loose ball foul on Kalu Ezikpe.
Fans are getting into this game now. Here it is at the buzzer. Hollingsworth, not a great three-point shooter. 2 guys jumping at him. Nothing but net. The teardrop. He says, whoa, look at my hands. It must be the hands, Mom. Just throw it up there.
What is it about when these two teams get together? We always have a good game.
It's matchups, you know, just matchups. Maybe a mini rivalry developing here, but Western Kentucky has turned the tide defensively.
Williams.
Yeah, I can't say enough about Old Dominion, their shot selection, and just turning the ball over.
So Western Kentucky, their first lead of the game, they're up by 1, and another turnover with that full court press.
Coach Jones is beside himself. He's like, what's going on? That's not the way we drew it up, guys. Are you serious?
And it wasn't even like that was a attacking press.
It wasn't, but that's the same turnover that Xavier Green just made a couple possessions ago. They got to settle themselves down. What happens is the guy that they're trying to pass to needs to give him an angle. Give him an angle to throw it back.
On the entry pass, they're going to say it was Ezikpe who held off Williams. That is his 3rd foul in the first half. And on a bench where they lost 2 guys to transfer, that is 1 more body who that is in foul trouble. That is not good for Old Dominion.
Not good at all. Number 15, Reese, comes into the game.
Williams is good on that first one, shooting 78% from the line on the year. Take a look at Western Kentucky versus Power 5 schools, and that is impressive.
It certainly is impressive, and I would even take it to another level and say Power 8. Power 5 is really
what's Power 8?
Because Power 5 is a basketball term. That's a basketball term.
Football, you mean?
Yeah, I'm sorry, it's a football term.
Right.
So you got the Big East, which is obviously out in the Power 5, but in basketball they are. You got the AAC with the University of Houston and UConn, and then you got the Atlantic 10 who's on fire this year.
Okay.
So those are 3 leagues. Basketball, 350 Division I schools, football, 120 in the FCS. Completely different deal, but certainly impressive.
Green trying to get back on track, still can't find the bottom of the net. And Rawls, the freshman point guard, is back out there. Stansbury could see his offense was sputtering without him. Savage blocked. Here come the Monarchs. Curry with a nice dish and the flush. Joe Reese into the game, putting it down.
We got to give.
Oh, Savage flies in for the putback.
Fans are into it. West Kentucky, this is the tempo that they want. They want it up and down.
Old Dominion does get it across the timeline. Western Kentucky with a 3-point lead. 4:48 to play here in this first half. Backdoor cut.
Saw it coming.
And a nice finish by Wade.
Saw them work on it in their shoot around. I saw it coming. It's a slip. You anticipate the shooter coming out. It's the passer knows it's coming right away. The guy that's guarding the ball has got to get his hands up and get a deflection and take away his vision.
How about Joe Reese? Off the bench, he's got a dunk and an assist. Williams looked like he took an extra step, but they did not call it, and it goes in.
That's his game scouting report. He's going to drive it hard right, put you in the spin cycle, and once you get you up on those shoulders, it's good night.
That's the strength room right there. He hit the weights earlier.
Yeah, you were hitting the weights earlier, weren't you?
not like him. Carson Williams on another level. On the shot clock for ODU. Down to 5. Wade gets into the hole and it blocks. Williams with the recovery. Here comes Western Kentucky. Rolls into the paint. Timeout on the floor. Western Kentucky is flying now.
Jeff Jones is not happy. Behind the back, the little dipsy-do with my guy Josh Anderson, and Savage being the beast on the glass. The Toppers are climbing.
Welcome back to Bowling Green, Kentucky, as Western Kentucky with a 5-point lead, and really it's that pressure on defense, and they are now just flying on offense.
They definitely are, and they needed that type of energy to get this crowd into the game. Around the back by Josh Anderson, going to the glass, winning the rebound game was one of the keys to the game. That's what they do so well. They get on that glass, even though they're undersized. They are savages, shall I say, like number 2 on the glass.
Savage, 6'5", 205, the local product out of Bowling Green, Kentucky. He's got some pogos, though. At 6'5", he can really get up.
He can really get up, and Coach Stansbury just loves him. I watched him in shoot around today. I said, Coach, he's a silent assassin. He just does everything you ask him to do, and you need that steady hand when you're trying to win at a high level like the Hilltoppers are.
Coming out of the timeout, ODU is able to break that full court pressure. 5-point game, Western Kentucky on top, 3:15 to play here in this first half. And Alphys Palavios is called with a travel. Make sure to stay with us for AT&T at the half. Jamie Erdahl and John Rothstein in our studios will get you caught up on all the news, scores, and highlights. All that and more on AT&T at the half.
Old Dominion, they have to get Xavier Green, number 10, into the game. He's got to get himself in the game to get him going now. It's a critical point right now where Western Kentucky has found their stride.
Yeah, you can really feel like the momentum has really swung in favor of Western Kentucky here. Carson Williams begging for the ball, can't find him, and another turnover. Here's Wade coming the other way for ODU.
It's what they need, but they need to score. They need to score in transition, get an easy basket, because Western Kentucky is not easy to score against. Last 3 games, they're only giving up a little bit over 60 points.
Wade with the kick to Curry. 10 on the shot clock. Curry with the left. Oh, falling out of bounds. This kid is something.
See, I got that last name for a reason now. I'm going to show you on national TV.
Malik Curry out of Wilmington, Delaware.
JUCO All-American.
What a pretty pass from Williams to Anderson.
That's the one pass you can't give up. When you come to double, you get your hands out, you let him throw it the pass where it came from. Cannot allow that one.
Green does get to the bucket, and he gets on the board.
Yeah, you need an easy one. That's an easy one. Get a layup, get your confidence going, but you got to get back on defense.
Anderson, just get up and throw it down.
Every time Old Dominion does something to kind of stem the tie and hold off a little run, Western Kentucky is coming right back at you. That's what they do so well.
Green with the left. He's off. Here comes Rawls. Savage with a transition 3. Finds his own board. Here's Rawls with a 3 now. Had some good looks.
Crowd was ready to erupt.
Wade. Does get it back from Palavios and finds Reese. Cannot finish, but he went hard to the bucket.
He did. Going into the post. They were trying to double him earlier. See how the double team comes? Got to get there sooner. Got to be more aggressive. And someone on the backside's got to be there. And this is what we call a IG moment. I don't call it Kodak anymore, right? I mean, the younger generation, it's an IG moment. Slam cam.
Josh Anderson, that boy can put you on a poster real quick. Joe Reese, 60% free throw shooter on the year, knocks down the first.
No Charles Bassey, no problem. Next man up. That's what you have to do in college basketball. Players get hurt. Football's not the only sport where guys get hurt and people have to step up. Charles Bassey's certainly an amazing player. I've been knowing him since he was a kid back in Houston, and he's moved around the country. But bottom line is, West Kentucky's got to find a way to get it done, even though Justice and Bassey are not in the game.
Coach Stansbury told us that Bassey has been around this program the entire time, even though he's been hurt. He's been rehabbing every day. He is here, and he has been cheering on his teammates. And they have a lead, a 3-point advantage under a minute to play. Welcome back to Western Kentucky as the Hilltoppers with a 31-28 lead on Old Dominion. 47.1 seconds to play here in this first half. It's really been back and forth.
A lot of back and forth. And Old Dominion's going to get a shot here. They need to get a stop. How great would it be if you told Coach Jeff Jones, hey, you're going to be down 3 points with 47 seconds to go. You get a stop. Maybe it's a one-possession game or it's tied. He would say, I'm ecstatic, and I would take that.
Jalen Hunter checks into the game for the first time for ODU. Hollingsworth with up and under. Oh, and then Williams clears out the legs of A.J. Oliver.
The stop they needed, they got the stop. Hollingsworth, number 11, blew the bunny floater. And Old Dominion has a chance to get a really good possession here. I'd like to see them get something going to the rim, maybe get to the foul line.
So the shot clock is off. Their go-to guy, Xavier Green, hasn't been going. Who do you want to go to on this possession if you're Jeff Jones?
The man with the ball, Mr. Curry. See if he can curry up something here, cook something up real nice, move him around, and then at the end of the shot clock, give it to him in a ball screen situation.
13 seconds to play in this first half. Curry, your man, has the ball. Gets into the paint, no problem, and does not finish. 3 seconds. Williams, backdoor cut. Was a wild sequence, but that's how we go to break. 31-28, Western Kentucky with the lead. After the break, join Jamie Erdell and John Rothstein in the studio for AT&T at the half. You're watching college basketball on CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Back to Western Kentucky as the Hilltoppers have a 31-28 advantage over Old Dominion. Welcome back into half court. I'm John Shriffen, joined by my partner Chris Walker, former point guard at Villanova and Texas Tech head coach. Man, we had a good ball game already. It was Old Dominion who really started out fast, creating havoc. And then what happened in Western Kentucky really turned things on?
The thing that happened is Old Dominion they can't make shots. Right, so they got a good game plan. They got some steals to get it going, and then Coach Stansbury got his bench going and playing in transition, and that's all we wrote.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half early on. Old Dominion had the defense going.
They did. I thought they needed to create some turnovers to get some easy baskets because they struggled so much in the half court. And just that wasn't a touchdown turnover, but still, it kills the motivation and energy of West Kentucky. And there's Rawls, that nice freshman Jordan Rawls, get down to the rim. And there's our guy, the shot jock, Josh Anderson with the dunkaroo.
Take a look at the first half stats. Western Kentucky shooting 44% from the field. Another stat that jumped out, you pointed to me on the stat sheet. You noticed the three-point shooting from Old Dominion.
0 for 8. 0 for 8. And my guy. I really want him to play well. Number 10 in blue, Xavier Green. 0 for his last 11 because he was 0 for 7 versus Charlotte. If they're going to win this game on the road, because I would call it an upset, they need him to get going quick, fast, in a hurry.
Here we go. Start of the second half, and Curry with the ball in his hand. It was the Malik Curry, Jason Wade show in the first half. Green trying to get involved, and he gets the friendly roll. Your guy, Xavier Green from Williamsburg, Virginia, trying to show up here now in the second half.
Just like I drew it up, right? Make a jump shot going to the middle with a hand in your face. But here's the deal. You talk about confidence. Confidence is putting you in the game. You're in the game. You have to get it done. He makes a bucket there.
Rawls loses it, but does get it back. Williams thought about it, now puts it on the deck. 4 on the shot clock. Rawls got to do something with it. Does he see it? Yes!
I'll take it.
The freshman says, come on, relax. I know what the shot clock's at.
Pull up, turn around, fade away, nothing but net. Any positive things between Gambrell and Rawls, when they do good things with Cameron Justice being out, it helps.
Oliver with a quick trigger. On the rebound is Jason Wade out of Richmond, Virginia.
He's been a beast down there. Built like a tight end, hard guy to box out. That physicality, you don't get it on the first one, you get it on the second one. Him down there cleaning the glass.
Hollingsworth from 3.
Not his game. Not his game. Drive the ball to the rim. He made one with 2 people flying at him earlier. He's a slasher.
Aaron Carver pulled down that board. Green with the step back. Western Kentucky with a 1-point lead. Williams wide open at the top.
They got to see the physicality. Savage had that rebound, and they just gangstered it and just took it from him. Took it from him. That's what they do with that physicality. There's Chase Wade again with those shoulders. Bouncing off of me.
He grabbed the rebound, pulled it away, then goes coast to coast, eats the contact, and finishes.
Give an Old Dominion at 1 point. That's when you go to the rim and you say, wait me. Right?
Savage trying to answer.
Old Dominion pushing the pace, but they're doing it with their defense. They're a very physical team. They're really good in half court and slowing you down and controlling the pace.
Malik Curry draws the foul on the little shake and bake there, but here is Wade going to the bucket.
It's going right at Carson Williams. He's a load. It's just going right to him and finishing. Young players have a hard time. They get to the rim. You know what they do? They close their eyes. You got to keep your eyes on the target, but because he probably can bench about 300, you're right. Carson Williams like, get off me, little flea. Get to the rim.
Jalen Hunter into the game. And there's Curry once again getting through.
So
and how
good.
does he
So good.
finish that?
So
oh
good.
my goodness.
Delay of game, can't do that.
Yeah, he stared at the ref on the way back. He was looking for some contact. He wanted a call.
Coach said, what are you doing?
And Jeff Jones says, come on, you can't do that.
Exactly.
You can't do that. Let your game speak for itself.
Right,
and that was pretty.
No, it was serious. Kid is very good.
And that ball goes off of Anderson, so there's a turnover going to Old Dominion.
Getting to the rim, it's a mismatch. He sees Anderson, number 4 on him. He can't guard him. Get right to the rim. So it's one thing to get to the rim, John. It's another thing to get to the rim and finish.
And finished with contact, too.
Tough player.
There's Curry with the ball in his hands again. The junior out of Wilmington, Delaware. What's he gonna do? Hands it off to Wade, and Wade goes to work, but it rolls off the rim.
Getting to the rim. West Kentucky does a really good job of playing without fouling on drives.
Rawls was able to turn the corner, but he, like you said, young guys, sometimes they can't finish. And
That one can. But he can.
Curry is making a living getting to the hole now, and Rick Stansbury does not like it. Malik Curry, no one has found an answer for him yet. 5 5-point lead for Old Dominion. We're coming back. Well, it has turned into the Malik Curry show. Old Dominion is up 38-33, and Western Kentucky's got no answer right now.
No answer. He's like the road runner getting to the rim. You see number 4, Josh Anderson, there late. They have to do a better job of that finishing the play. Old Dominion is finishing plays, 10 second chance points, only 8 turnovers created. Then it's still throwing West Kentucky off, push the tempo, not giving up fast break points, but West Kentucky not getting enough fast break points and rebounding, getting beat on the glass. It's the reason why these guys are at a deficit right now versus the Monarchs.
Williams going to work one-on-one against Ezikpe.
ISO.
And Ezikpe had 3 fouls in that first half. That's why he went to the bench, and we're seeing him for the first time here in the second half.
That's good coaching there. They knew he put Ezikpe back in the game, went right at him. Carson Williams couldn't draw the foul.
Curry looking to go to work. Finds Green coming off a screen. He was fouled, and he will go to the line for 2. That's what he's been working on, the catch and shoot off the screen. We're going to break, but we've got a battle. 5-point game here in Western Kentucky. You're watching college basketball on CBS Sports Network, presented by Ace Hardware. Welcome back to Western Kentucky, as Old Dominion has taken a 5-point lead here in the second half. Tomorrow night, college hockey is back on CBS Sports Network as we head over to Steve Cady Arena to check out top-ranked North Dakota as they take on Miami at 6:30 Eastern on CBS Sports Network. My guy Ben Holden will be on the call for that game. North Dakota top in the NCHC. That should be a fun one.
It's going to be a fun one. It's nothing like sitting with Ben Holden talking about hockey.
He loves the game. And here's the thing about hockey.
Man.
I don't know that much about hockey, but when I listen to Ben Holden call a hockey game, oh my goodness, I just get into it. I love it.
He educated on me on why the high major schools don't have great hockey like some of the schools we saw on the screen. I was like, how does Minnesota Duluth have better hockey than Minnesota?
Right.
And when he broke it all down, it made a lot of sense. He is the man when it comes to that for sure.
All right, Josh Anderson for Western Kentucky. He went to the bench. He has 4 fouls at the 15:48 mark. So that's something we're going to have to keep an eye on.
How quick has this game changed? Old Dominion winning at halftime. I'm sure Coach Jones gave him a nice little talking to, and it has paid dividends.
They're on a 10-0 run as Williams gets into the paint. And it looked like it was Jalen Hunter who was in the restricted zone.
West Kentucky's got to get their composure back here, get the crowd back into this game.
Savage will walk it up. And Rawls, the point guard, with the mouthpiece hanging out. Oh, almost a steal there by Ezikpe, and he avoided the foul. 3 on the shot clock. Gambrell pulls it. Savage skies for the rebound, and he is fouled.
But the pace of the game favors Old Dominion. They're now making them make a ton of passes. West Kentucky wants to play fast. Now they're playing a bit tentative, and that may be playing into the Monarchs' hands.
It's a totally different tempo here in the second half for Western Kentucky on offense.
I talked about it earlier. Old Dominion wants an ugly. They want to dirty the game up. They don't want it pretty.
Rawls,
Nice.
Put 3. Counting.
Playing well, playing really well for a freshman. Stepping up. It's what you have to do. All these freshmen want playing time in the country. When you get your shot, you got to make it count.
This is his 3rd start, the freshman out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, and he's making it count.
Coming in there, it's a double, fake the double team. Coming too late, Reese coming too late. The rotations are off, wide open shot. Nice post pass by Hollingsworth on 11. Dropping it out, inside, outside. That's what they call it, inside out. He's stepping into a shot, rhythm 3. I'll take that all day long.
Well, now Ezikpe has to go to the bench for Old Dominion. He has picked up his 4th foul as Hollingsworth gets into the lane.
Really good offense. They moved them around. forced a little switching action and got him chasing him. Hollingsworth, you get you on the hip with a head of steam. You can't stop him.
And after the score, they pick up the full court press. Playing a three-man weave up top now. Oliver, nothing, but on the rebound is Wade. He is blocked. Savage pushes him out of the way. But cleaning it up is Aaron Carver.
In between Carver and Wade, the shoulders on those guys, they're very physical. Got to bring your hard hat when you play against Old Dominion.
Aaron Carver is one of those guys where, you know, his numbers don't necessarily show up in the box score, but he's one of those guys, if you don't have him on your team, you're not going to win because he does everything.
Yeah, we call those guys lunch pail guys, just dirty work, hard hat guys, not worried about shots. Just get it done. You just need him on the court.
And look who's on the floor. It's Carver on the floor with Williams. Jump ball.
Sometimes your best shot is your second shot. Wade always around the ball. In this case, not the second, but the third. Cleaning it up. Mr. Carver played. Did his dad play for Jeff Jones?
That's right, Anthony Carver. He played ODU from 86 to 90. He was a standout forward. Hollingsworth with the jumper. Curry looking to push the pace. He is trapped in the corner, but Carver bails him out.
Good recognition by Carver, seeing that he was in trouble. Flash to the basketball. Great teaching point for young players.
They're picking up this D out at half court now, but Curry just gets to the bucket.
Snaking through the defense, uses his body to shield it, getting to the rim. Mr. Curry is on fire, getting to that rim.
4-point lead for Old Dominion with 13 minutes to play in the second half. Rawls no good, but he is fouled on the jumper. And he'll go to the line for two.
See Curry again, just dipsy, dude, get to the rim, cuts the angle off. You see number 22 Williams comes over late. Just not great defense for a guy who's getting to the rim at will. He did the same thing against Charlotte. He got to the rim whenever he wanted. They end up losing that game, but this game he has picked up where he left off against the 49ers.
And he wants to get back to his left, and they're letting him get there every time.
I guarantee you that's not the scouting report, that's for sure. It's nothing like being a player and you know with the next day after the game, you got to sit in the film section.
We've got a 2-point ball game here. This is a good one at EA Diddle Arena at Western Kentucky. Wade bodies, and he finishes.
Absolutely just a physical player. Nice little rip. They call that a catch. Rip. Get to the rim, get a foul or a bucket. He got the bucket.
He had two guys on him. Dangerous pass. Hollingsworth, 10 on the shot clock. Pulls it from way downtown, and they are saying an offensive foul. They're going to call it on Hollingsworth. They're saying he kicked his feet out on the jump shot. Crowd doesn't like it.
No, I don't like it. I'd like to get another look at that. From where we are, I couldn't see his feet from under him.
Here's another shot of that. It was a deep contested three, and the right leg, you see, he stuck it out there. That's what they called.
Yeah, I don't know. The crowd saw that too. I might be with the team in red on that one. I don't know. The team in white, shall I say, all the fans in red. That was a close one, though.
Now Western Kentucky goes into a zone.
How about that?
Three.
Nothing kills you more. If you were the assistant coach on the bench, say, Coach, let's go zone. And they make a three, you hide your head in your towel. That's what you do.
A.J. Oliver said, thank you very much. That is Old Dominion's first three-pointer of the game, 1 of 11. And it happened after Western Kentucky decided to go zone and give them an open look. Old Dominion finding their shooting touch from downtown. knocking down their first 3 of the game. Old Dominion with a 7-point lead over Western Kentucky. And at Old Dominion, it really is a family affair. Jeff Jones likes to keep things in-house. Take a look at all the connection here. Assistant coach Brian Stipp played for Jeff Jones when he was the coach at Virginia. He's still the all-time leading scorer. And both of his sons played for Jeff Jones. Aaron Carver, we talked about his dad, who's the 5th all-time leading scorer for Old Dominion. Jason Wade, son of Ronnie Wade, who played back in 82 to 86. And A.J. Oliver, the son of Anthony Oliver, captain of that 92 Virginian NIT championship team under Jeff Jones.
How about that? Look at Carver. He's not looking stealth like his son, because his son has been getting a couple of more curls in. But you talked about him before, just a big-time player. And he's done a great job of recruiting and keeping it in the family.
It's interesting. The dad is the scorer, but Carver is the glue guy. He really pulls everything together.
So
for
that
this
means we got to talk about the mom. Somewhere in between, she's amazing as well.
Curry with a head of steam. The contortionist is blocked. Here comes Western Kentucky. Finally found an answer for Malik Curry. It took 3 guys to slow him down.
Big fella, number 50, Cozart.
Rawls with the pull-up. And Cozart will knock it out of bounds.
Get in the game, you got to make an impact. You never know. Mr. Cozart coming in. He didn't get that one. Mr. Savage, our guy.
You know, one thing to keep an eye on as we take another look at the block by Savage. Curry might have injured his left arm on that play. He's been holding his arm throughout this timeout. He's been trying to stretch things out. He went to the rack hard on that one.
He definitely goes to the rack hard. He needs that left hand, though.
Oh,
it's lethal with the left.
But you know what? I'm sure his right is just as nice.
He's having a superb game, controlling the tempo. This is the tempo that Old Dominion wants, 49-42 with 11 and some change, with a 10 and some change to go. This is the game that they dreamed of. That's why I say conference play is amazing. Forget about the records. It gets to conference, it's a whole different look.
Savage with another defensive play there. And on the rebound, they're going to say Wade came in underneath Hollingsworth, who was flying in.
Yeah, Wade, he's physical, but he struggles to finish a little bit. Some of those shots, you got to get fouled, or you got to make it. But you got to get fouled, though. Can't get it that close to the rim and get nothing. Got to go right into Savage's number 2's chest, and you got to force the ref to make a call. He's having a good game, though, but those little buckets like that, because they have it, they're so inefficient scoring-wise. You get a bunny like that, you got to finish it or get to the foul line.
Wade's going to go to the bench for a breather. He picked up his 3rd foul there. Hollingsworth curls off the screen. Nice hedge by Carver.
You know who's been quiet? Number 2, Savage, offensively. He's been quiet. I'd like to see him get going.
Rawls, let's see what he can do at the point. Picks up his dribble, and there's Savage with 5 on the shot clock with the pull-up jumper. Misses everything. Joe Reese with the board.
Not quite what I had in mind, but I
don't think so.
I want to see a little bit more aggressive for sure.
He can shoot, though. He's a good shooter. Green with a deep 3.
See, I don't like that. You got Carson Williams on you. It's a mismatch. Take him to the rim or create a shot for your buddy.
Hollingsworth lost it. Scrum on the floor, and Curry comes up alone with the lefty finish. He just seems to be in the right place at the right time every time.
You ask yourself, man, if you're watching the film, like, what is the key to Old Dominion winning? And they just struck and say they have to create turnovers, and that is what you call a touchdown turnover or a pick 6. Jameis Winston knows about that one.
It's good. Oliver with the board. Reese all open underneath. Oh, and they missed the alley-oop.
That elevator can't get that high, but Mr. Reese, good try.
Hollingsworth. Yes, sir. And 1 ends this Old Dominion run.
See, think about a play like that. You come down on a break, you throw it up, as we see Hollingsworth getting to the rim and finishing for the and 1 and finishing.
Took a body contact, and he's not a big guy at 6'2", 165, but he is strong. He could take a bump.
But it's all about mismatches. He knew he had Carver on him, and he took him to the rim. Back to that other play, Green, who's been turning the ball over at a high rate this year. He has a 1-to-2 turnover ratio, throws the alley-oop, they miss it, and now West Kentucky comes down and gets an and one. It's not a smart play, yeah.
Cuts into the lead. Is a 6-point ball game with 9:10 to play in the second half. Curry and Wade have been sensational. There is Curry, and that was just a heat check.
Yeah, that's when I'm just tired. I don't want to get to the rim. He gets to the rim at will.
And look at the look by Jeff Jones. Like, what was that?
Sometimes you got to let them have the heat check. When they're playing good like that, you got to punt. You got to punt on getting mad at him. You know, I don't want to mess up his stilo right now. Let him, if he's feeling it, let him go.
Oh, and he's feeling it. Wade with his back to the basket.
That's a mismatch. Hollingsworth has just got to put him in the post. They switch back.
Curry is calling for the high ball screen. There's Reese with the pick.
This is what they want right here.
Curry goes to cook him, and it is punched by Savage. That was mean.
Savage is a defender. He hasn't done much offensively, but defensively, he has been a beast.
That was a volleyball block into the third row. Three on the shot clock for Old Dominion. Down to 2. Oliver's got to get it up.
Good defense by West Kentucky. Let's see if they can convert here offensively, get a good shot.
Hollingsworth going up against Wade, and he gets to the bucket, but cannot finish.
Got an advantage. Hollingsworth is back with it.
His shoe came off. It is a 5-on-4 advantage for Oliver. He is fouled on the three-point attempt. And he will go to the line for 3 shots as Hollingsworth still doesn't have a shoe on.
John, how many fouls have we seen when someone fouls the jump shooter? It's just terrible basketball. They're not being taught that. They're just overzealous, getting caught up in the game. You don't foul jump shooters. Get your hands up and make a shot over your outstretched arms.
A.J. Oliver, a great free throw shooter, shooting 83% on the year. Knocks down the first.
Oliver's mom's big time.
He still doesn't have a shoe on.
She was with the 3 Final Fours at Virginia. I mean, it's not just pops.
There are some strong bloodlines on this ODU roster.
I'm telling you, you got some athletes. Got some athletes over there. They do a great job recruiting. You got Stith, Brian Stith, who ended my college career, I told you.
Is that right?
My last game against Brian Stith at Villanova when he was at Virginia. You got John Richardson over there, great big-time recruiter for Old Dominion, bringing talent in the Tidewater area.
Jeff Jones, great staff, really good guy. We had a good talk with him earlier today. Told us he is healthy. Oh my goodness! Josh Anderson throws down the hammer.
Wow.
Where did that come from?
The mighty Thor.
Whoa.
With the hammer. The fans are into it. Not like a dunk to get the crowd into it.
And here comes EA Diddle Arena. Fans are on their feet. 6-point ball game. Western Kentucky trying to climb their way back into this. 10 on the shot clock for the Monarchs. Curry looks up, pulls it from deep. And it's Carver with the rebound. He has been everywhere.
Get it out, get that shot clock. No reason to rush.
Wade goes in deep. And this time he does finish with the contact. Crowd not happy. They thought it was a charge. Carson Williams was in position.
Big boy move. Quiet this crowd. Say, everybody sit back down. We're still in control of this.
Anderson's got a bounce to his step now. And he gets fouled. Woo! I need to see that dunk again. Where is this? Anderson comes out of nowhere. Skies high. Western Kentucky on top of the hill. Dominion has opened up an 8-point lead here at Western Kentucky. It is time now for the play of the game, brought to you by Ace, the helpful place, and it starts on defense.
It definitely does, and you're talking about someone who's acing it. How about our guy Malik Curry? Keys to the game: turnovers, touchdown turnovers, you can't defend on. They've been doing an awesome job of making plays, sticky figures, putting their hands in where they don't belong, and that's why they have this 8-point lead.
That was Oliver poking the ball away, and then Curry gets it on the other end, going coast to coast. This has just been a full team performance by Old Dominion. They lost the lead late in that first half, and then coming out of the break, I don't know what Jeff Jones told his team, but they went on a 10-0 run and just looked unstoppable.
I'll tell you this, tell him to put it in a can, he'd be a millionaire and sell it at Walmart, because whatever he told them, it has worked. But how about this? We're looking at the stats. 1 for 15 from 3, Old Dominion, and they're winning the game. Western Kentucky, 3 for 17 for 3. Both teams not shooting the ball well at all, and you would think Old Dominion, Western Kentucky, at home, that would benefit them if Old Dominion was 1 for 15, but their defense has been stellar.
Anderson went 1 of 2 from the line. Remember, Anderson is playing right now with 4 fouls.
That physicality of Old Dominion.
Curry
the glass,
gets to the bucket with the scoop.
Living in the paint. Curryville, that's what we should call the paint. Curryville, because he's living in there, set up shop, got his lights turned on, his cable. So, oh my goodness.
And he is cooking. Williams with the pump fake.
That's a dunk.
Oh! Wanted to get the crowd into it, but he got fouled on that missed dunk.
Curry just getting to the rim. Just no excuses. If you can't block the shot, I get it, Carson. You got to take a charge. But they got to think about this. Think about defensive strategy here. He has not made a 3. Stay back and force him to shoot in front of you. There's no reason to try to steal the ball from him. There's no such thing as an 8-point play. Keep him in front of you and force him to make a shot from the perimeter.
You know, this also goes back to something you said early in the game with Carson Williams. He did a great job of avoiding foul trouble. He only has 1 foul now, but it seems like Old Dominion is going at his chest because he can't contest shots.
He's not a shot blocker, but you made a great point. He only has 1 foul. You don't want to end the game with 4 fouls in your pocket. Sometimes you got to start being a little bit more aggressive.
Full court pressure. Old Dominion breaks the press easily. 7-point ball game, 6:24 to play here at Western Kentucky.
Old Dominion's going to milk this clock. There is no reason to shoot quick. The clock is your friend right now.
8 on the clock. Curry with the ball in his hands. Going against good defense by Hollingsworth. He has to pick up his dribble, and Green will get it off at the buzzer. And that is a great defensive possession for the Hilltoppers.
But here's the deal, though. People will say, oh, great possession. They took 30 seconds off the clock. That's what they did. They didn't get an opportunity to turn the ball over where West Kentucky got to run. They got to get back and play some defense. That's what they want. If you're going to turn the ball over, make sure that you can get back and play defense against them.
Here's the double immediately on Williams. He has to kick it out to Rawls for 3. In and out. Savage skied, and they're going to... Chris, I don't know. I don't know, Chris.
Look at Rick Stansbury said, are you kidding me?
They're going to say Savage is going to call with the loose ball foul when he flew in for the replay, for the rebound. I want to see another look at this one, though. Did you see that? Wow. Did you see that little push by Wade?
Yeah, I did.
That little push in the back by Wade?
Unfortunately, not reviewable, so.
Crowd not happy. But it's in the books. Jeff Jones telling his team, spread the floor, run the clock.
Run the clock and keep it in number 3's hand and make him make every single play if
Wade
you can.
Going against Rawls with the body.
Think about it. Why does that happen? Wade drives, they have to help. There's no one there to stop Carver on the glass.
Hollingsworth thought about it. And the steal by Wade. But it is poked away, and Western Kentucky gets it back. And Anderson finishes.
Yeah, Wade probably wants that one back. Possession, the most important thing right now, not necessarily scoring quickly on the break.
7-point ball game, 4:40 to play here in the second half.
Ball screen, ball screen, ball screen. Spread the floor and let number 3 get to his sweet spot. That paint.
Curry, what's he gonna do? With the left.
Like I told you. It's
Oh,
like I drew it
baby.
up, right? I'm just telling you.
This kid is sensational.
I know a smidgen about basketball. That put it in the best player's hand. Obviously, Green is the best player on this team. But tonight, number 3, you put it in his hands, you're going to win it and lose it. He has the hot one right now. Living in that paint, man. Living in it.
Williams goes strong.
Finish.
Carter, another rebound.
Critical territory right now for Western Kentucky. They got to think about getting after them. They have to think about doubling that ball screen. Remember what I said earlier? We were talking to Coach Stansbury. I said, what about doubling or blitzing Curry? He may want to think about that right now.
Wade left all open above Lark. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Wade takes a peek at it. Green from deep.
Of course he was going to. I didn't want to say that. Of course he was going to make that one.
Oh, Xavier Green, when they needed the bucket at the right time. 12-point lead for Old Dominion. First, it's Curry to the rack. Then Xavier Green says, I got a shot too. Old Dominion in charge. Presented by Ace Hardware. Here are tonight's Geico difference makers for Western Kentucky. Tavion Hollinsworth with 14 points.
Playing well, just not enough right now. They needed something from somebody else. Savage, I don't know who, but they better do it quick.
And for Old Dominion, guess who?
Of course.
Our guy, Malik Curry with 20 points on the night.
20 layups, how about that? Living in his home, right there where that Conference USA sign is, on the floor in the red. Curryville, as I call it. He is doing a tremendous job. He's like a road runner. Beat me, getting to the rim. Somebody's got to get stopped in front of him and stop him. He sees a mismatch. He's going to the rim. He's savvy. The Delaware assassin, he is doing his thing. I'm sure Coach Stansbury is going to look at this like, guys, this is absolutely ridiculous that we allowed him to dominate this game if they end up winning. Curry doing his thing.
Now, Curry came into this game averaging 9.3 points per game. He's already doubled that on today with 20 points. But interestingly, when we talked to Jeff Jones, he was saying how he was trying to convert Malik Curry to be a more pass-first point guard.
Not tonight. We talk about guys where I'm transferring. Somebody had to step up. Maybe this is his coming out party. That's how it happens sometime in sports. It's the next man up.
This is what he did at the junior college level. I mean, he can put it in the hole. But now let's see what role Jeff Jones wants for him going forward.
Call it them Wally Pipp moments. Those Wally Pipp moments, you never know who's the guy that's going to step up and change the team.
Williams with the spin and the tough lefty finish. This game's not over. We've got a 10-point ball game with over 3 minutes to play. And with the way Western Kentucky can put it in the basket, all they need to do is turn up the defensive pressure here.
Yeah, get a couple of traps. Hopefully they shoot quick, take a couple of bad shots.
In the green, in the corner is Oliver.
Tough break there. That's the shot they want him to take. Force Oliver to make that shot. It's makeable, but that's the one they want. Going into the post. Scouting report. Mr. Williams, number 22, likes to spin. When you go down a double, you got to wall that off. You got to force him to throw it back out or go over his dominant shoulder, which that part is his right hand. That would be his left shoulder.
Carson Williams with 12 points on the night, playing D on Wade, and they're going to say a travel.
Oh, wow.
It looked like a Euro step.
I thought it was a Euro, but he never got to Euro.
He missed his
connection. Is there
connection.
another thing we could call that Brazilian or something?
Anderson.
He didn't Euro it, like South
It's
American.
Hard. He had a connecting flight to Europe,
yeah,
but he missed the connecting leg.
Yeah, he missed it because it wasn't Europe. It was more like Central American.
Here's Anderson. Now, here's the Euro step. 1, 2,
yeah, see, he
3.
Yeah,
There's There's
really
the
couldn't get
third.
there. Is that
was,
connecting flight?
Yeah, yeah. It was a time change. He didn't understand the difference. It's okay.
It happens sometimes. It happens.
Hey, Wade still has 20 points on the night, so nothing to be ashamed of.
He's played phenomenal. Got to get the ball to number 3 every single time. Run that clock down. It's your ally right now. Time and score.
64-55 with 2:40 to play. Western Kentucky, full court press. Wade breaks it and does get fouled by Rawls.
They're down 9. They have to be aggressive. Old Dominion not in the bonus yet. I would be really aggressive and try to get a trap and maybe get some steals. Hope they turn the ball over.
The only players with foul trouble on Western Kentucky, Anderson has 4, Williams has 3. Xavier Green gets by his man. And Williams with the board.
Good look. I like the action. He's got to knock that down. Good look there.
Collinsworth passed up to 3 with the floater.
Still plenty of time. Maybe a chance for one more just solid possession before they got to think about going to double.
Stansbury tells his guys they've got to come out. They've got to come out. There's the steal. There's Savage. Goes up and one.
Don't foul him. It's one of those plays where you don't, if you're going to foul him, you foul him and you make him make 2. He might have gotten fouled there at half court. We're at home, though, but if you're going to foul him, it looked like you didn't foul him there.
Yeah, that was a little questionable.
But home team, home team, home team.
You know, great job coaching by Rick Stansbury, because right before that, I don't know if we caught a picture of that, he was telling his guys to come out, bring on the pressure, and as soon as they got that trap, they got the steal. And now we have a 6-point ball game. Now that foul was on Jason Wade. That is his 4th foul for Old Dominion.
Got to think about fouling. Think about who you're going to foul. Still got plenty of time. Still got plenty of time. 2-possession game right now.
Trapped in the corner is Oliver. 15 on the shot clock. Plenty of time for Old Dominion.
Rawls is denying number 3 Curry. He's not letting him get the ball.
Now Wade goes to work instead.
Oh, teardrop in your face.
He said, forget that Euro step mess. I'm just going to take it to the rack.
Wow. In your face.
Savage is stripped. Is that on Wade or Oliver? Because Wade has 4.
ISO action with Wade. I'm going right at you. Mano y mano. Get in the weight room. Big boy move. He got him under the rim. Took away Anderson's athleticism.
That was on Wade. So that is going to be his 5th foul.
Oh, wow.
And now they made the correction. Are they going to correct it?
Said 5. Said 1.
There's a little confusion at the desk. Now they're trying to figure out.
Yeah, it says on 1.
Yeah, it definitely is on Wade, and that was his 5th foul. So Wade is fouled out with 22 points, a career high. And also a career high 22 points and a career high in rebounds with 10 rebounds. A phenomenal game.
No, he played really, really well. Played physical, made plays when they needed. It's a shame he had to foul out. But he has nothing to be ashamed of.
Nothing at all. Tomorrow night at 9 Eastern, some of the top high school teams in the country battle it out to see who is headed to the finals. It's the Bass Pro Shops Tournament of Champions semifinals, only on CBS Sports Network. Savage knocks down the free throw.
Look for a trapping situation. Trap, try to get a steal, maybe a foul.
6-point game. Western Kentucky needs a stop. There's the trap, but Green gets them away from it. Now, they're going to say Green fouled with a
Did he push off?
Yeah, they're going to say he got him with the chicken wing.
The chicken wing. I mean, did he push? I didn't see what happened.
Here's the replay. Green was a little bit out of control, and then when he felt the contact,
yeah, he definitely pushed him.
There's the offhand.
Definitely pushed him.
1 minute to play here at Western Kentucky. Anderson gets to the hole and finishes. but no. They waved the basket off. They waved the basket off. They said it was on the floor first.
Stansbury's got to be careful here.
And now Stansbury, he came on the floor. He was not happy. He just got a bench warning. I don't know.
I think that's and one.
That looked like a continuation to me. I know this isn't the NBA.
Yeah, but that looks like a good call.
So Stansbury gets the bench warning after he was not happy about the non-continuation call. Anderson, 79% free throw shooter, knocks down the first. A 5-point ball game.
Got to think about who to foul here. I would foul Carver. He shoots 50% from the foul line. Wade's out of the game. And Carver's not in either, so.
Well, Joe Reese shoots 60%. That's a guy you can target.
Yeah, you got to think about Ezikpe is pretty good from the foul line.
Ezikpe, 67%. Here's the trap. They got to get it across. Here's Curry. No problem. And Green, they're going to say he was fouled on his way to the hole.
Coach Jones is furious. He is absolutely furious. He is letting them have it. You can feel victory. You know, the coaches, when they start feeling victory, they start coaching every single thing. But they know with 46 seconds on the clock, anything can happen.
1-1. And Green knocks down the first.
Game's not over. Trust
no,
me.
It is not.
Plenty of time to go.
5-point ball game, 46.1. Green's second free throw is good, so now they're back up to 6.
What a win this would be for Old Dominion if they came. I mean, you're talking
huge.
about 4-1 since they've had the departures of those kids. Credit Coach Jones.
Hollingsworth loses it, but they're going to say he got fouled by Ezikpe. And that is his 5th personal foul. He also lost his contact there. And Ezikpe is now going to go to the bench. That's a tough one.
That's a tough one, too. But he's been a physical force, playing with a little foul trouble, just being big. Yeah, you know. Ref called it.
Yep.
Got a low body.
Yep, there goes the contact.
Saw the contact fall. How about that?
Contact line.
That's HD for you right there.
That's great camera work. Great job by the guys in the truck.
Good job, guys.
Very good job. That's tough for Ezikpe because he really had it going in that first half, and then he picked up 3 fouls and then never really got back on track after that mark.
Sometimes you got to win by committee. Foul, got to get a steal right away. He's preserving his timeouts.
4-point game. Hollingsworth gets them back within 4. Trap is in the corner, and they're going to say jump ball. What a tie-up by the freshman Jordan Rawls.
That's why you preserve those timeouts. You never know. 34 seconds. He knew he was going to foul him if they got it out of the trap.
This one is not over. We have a great finish coming up after the break. Back to Western Kentucky. Western Kentucky just got the tie-up, and they have possession on that jump ball with 35.3 to play. Down 4. What is Rick Stansbury telling his guy in the huddle?
He's saying, guys, we have plenty of time. 2-possession game. Let's get to the rim. Try to get a layup. If you can get a drive and kick situation, great. Love to get a layup at the rim. On the other side, Old Dominion, he said, don't foul. But you have to stop. You just can't let them have an unmolested layup because they're going to foul, and then Old Dominion's going to have to go down, and they're going to have to make free throws. So it's a bit of a chess match. There's plenty of time. This is where you earn your money. This is called situations, right? Every coach knows this. Practice for 2 hours, and you spend about 10 minutes on situations. We'll see what happens here.
Jared Savage, their best shooter on the floor, is inbounding the ball. Hollingsworth with a jumper is. That goes down. A 2-point ball game. And the Hilltoppers quickly call a timeout.
Trying to get an ISO situation. They were trying to get a drive for Hollingsworth. They switched it. They tried to switch it in no man's land, and he just knocks down the jumper.
That mid-range game.
Man, sometimes you just got to make a play. Good defense, better offense.
Now they got the quick bucket. You're down by 2.
Same
Shot clock is off.
Shot clock is off. Same as you get the trap first, right? And then you try to see if you can get a steal. If not, as soon as you go, you got to foul. You have to foul right away, but try to get the trap first.
Now, if you want to see a guy who they need to target in terms of free throw shooting, the worst free throw shooter on the floor right now for Western Kentucky is Jordan Rawls, a 60% free throw shooter. The rest of the Hilltoppers shoot above 78%.
So number 13, Carver.
Excuse me, I'm talking to Old Dominion. If they want to foul, they should go for Carver.
His hands up. Got a foul.
Oliver trapped in the corner. Do they have a tie-up? Yes! Wow. Now, Old Dominion does retain possession.
West Kentucky very aggressive still. Same situation. Got to get a trap, try to get a steal, then a foul.
Curry on the inbound to Carver, and that's the guy you want to foul, shooting 50% on the year.
You see the Western Kentucky bench, they're all slapping their hands. They wanted him to get the ball. Jeff Jones, I'm sure if he had to do that over again, he probably wouldn't have thrown him the ball right away, knowing that that would be the strategy by the Hilltoppers.
Rick Stansbury telling his guys, box out. Go. Aaron Carver to the line, a 50% free throw shooter. And he makes the first. That's huge.
Big time.
That is huge.
That's the glue guy.
That is the glue guy. The red shirt senior.
It's a one possession game still. If he misses this, West Kentucky can still sprint down and get a quick 2 and still allow him to inbound and foul him again.
Here's the big one. Front iron. Now, does Old Dominion foul here?
They could. It depends on the strategy and what you want to do, but it looks like they're electing not to foul.
And Hollingsworth looks like he is going to get fouled on the floor.
So some people say, you know, foul, don't let him have it. Every coach has his pick your poison. Because if he makes that 3 and you foul him, because sometimes kids panic. You know, you tell them to foul at a certain time, they don't foul at the right time. The guy gets a 3-point shot, or I've been on I can't even tell you the game. I've been in the game where we fouled a guy and he got a 4-point shot. So I've seen that happen. So it just depends. They've worked on these situations before. It's just, you know, each coach looks at it differently.
That's the 4th foul on Carver. It'll be 2 shots as they're in the bonus.
11 seconds, the same thing. No timeouts, West Kentucky. If you can stop them from getting it inbounds, use the guy that's guarding the inbounder as like a safety. Stop them from getting it inbounds, but you got to be super aggressive with 11 seconds on the clock.
A 2-point ball game with 1-point ball game with 11.8 to play. Curry will inbound for Old Dominion. He's going to run the baseline. Can't find anyone, so he will call a timeout.
Good game.
What a finish we have here at Western Kentucky. It was a 12-point lead not too long ago. How did Western Kentucky come all the way back in here?
Yeah, the bottom line is, you think about it, West Kentucky's at home. They're playing a great game, and they just put the pedal to the metal, and there we are.
What a ball game. We knew this would come down to the wire. These are the same 2 teams that were in the conference championship game last season. Old Dominion eventually won that game, punched their ticket to the big dance. Western Kentucky, they wanted revenge tonight. Got off to a little slow start, but here we are just down by 1.
You're right, here we are. They got beat 3 times by this team last year, so of course they wanted to win. Chess match between these 2 coaches, 2 wily, cagey veterans. We'll see how this one ends.
Talk a little strategy now, because down by 1 with 11.8 to play, What is the strategy?
The strategy is you have to foul. You want to get a steal first.
Okay.
Right? You want to, as I said before, use the guy that's guarding the inbounder to play as a safety. But you also, if Carver or Reese, you allow them to catch it. You make sure the guys who shoot the free throws the best do not catch it. You double them and allow the guy you want to shoot the free throw to catch it, and you foul him immediately.
Anderson, the only player on Western Kentucky with 4 fouls. Rawls and Savage both have 3 fouls. Everyone else is safe. So if you're looking for a guy who has fouls to give, Hollingsworth only has 1 foul. What a finish here at Western Kentucky. 1-point game. Old Dominion trying to get it in bounds. Reese in the corner. He's trapped. They don't have a jump ball. I don't believe it. Western Kentucky with another tie-up, and they now will get this ball back.
I mean, I've never seen so many jump balls. And look at Rick Stansbury. He's trying to get a little timeout.
9.6 remaining on the clock. Take a look at this inbounds play.
I'm trying to figure out, why do you throw the ball to Reese? I'm not questioning Coach Jones like that, but why throw it to Reese?
Here we go. 7 seconds. Hollingsworth, what's he gonna do? To the bucket and one! Tavion Hollingsworth out of Lexington, Kentucky says, let's go.
Turn of events. Caught in no man's land once again. You know they want to come off the ball screen. You have to trap him and force him to make a pass to someone else with the time on the clock to allow him to get a straight line drive. I'm sure they would love to have that defensive possession back. You talk about Old Dominion, a tremendous defensive team, just caught in no man's land, but that's what happens in this game, particularly at the end.
Now let's set this up, because this game is not over. There's 3.5 seconds on the clock. They blew a whistle. We're not sure why. We're going to get a correction.
I mean, if I'm Old Dominion, I'm sprinting my guys over and talking about the play. What are we going to do? Just sprint them over there right now. It's too late now.
So Hollingsworth will go to the line for 1. He's got 22 points on the night. Even if he knocks this down, ODU has 3.5 seconds remaining in this game.
That's enough time to get up and down the floor to make a play now.
Free throw is good. No timeouts for Old Dominion. Down by 2.
Got to keep it in the air the majority of the way.
Jalen Hunter with the baseball pass to Carver. Knocked out of bounds, and they're going to say it's going to stay with the Monarchs. So they got the ball the length of the floor, and there's still 2.4 seconds on the shot clock.
You can throw a lob. You can get a screener, which means the guy that you want to get the shot for, he's going to screen someone, and he's going to get a screen, and they may get a slip to the rim, which means you fake it to the shooter and get it going to the rim.
Here's Reese, the 6'8" forward, checking into the game for Old Dominion. 2.4 on the play. Carver with the ball, it is stripped. He gets it back, but no. They're going to wave it off. What a finish here in Bowling Green, Kentucky. I don't know how they did it, but Western Kentucky pulled off a huge win, 71-69.
What a game.
Let's see that final play again.
They tried to get the lob, like I said, the screener action.
They went to Carver at 6'7".
He had a chance to come down with it, too. He was trying to shoot it. Yeah, he had a chance to come down and go back up. You got to feel for Old Dominion.
Wow.
They had this game in their hands.
They were up by 12.
Up by 12. I mean, I'm telling you right now, that's a season killer. They've had a tough one thus far, but that is a horrible time.
What a finish here in Conference USA. Western Kentucky pulls off the stunner. We'll be back after the break. Welcome back to Western Kentucky as the Hilltoppers pulled off a huge comeback. They go on to win 71-69. The player of the game, Tavion Hollingsworth, finished with 23 points. He was 8 of 8 from the free throw line down the stretch, and he is with our Chris Walker.
Tavion, unbelievable game. Did you guys think you were going to pull it off in that last timeout?
We definitely did. You know, I told my team that we've been in this situation before, and you know, just keep y'all's heads up and we can get this.
Coach Stansbury, unbelievable. I know you love playing for him. What did he say in that timeout?
He told him to give me the ball. You know, my teammates believed in me and they told me I can go make that play, and I did it.
How many jump balls? You guys did a great job on defense without fouling. You guys made tremendous plays. What does this mean? What does this win mean for your program right now?
This means a lot. You know, we wanted to come up, go 4-1 now, so we starting off conference pretty good. You know, we got to come back Saturday, quick turnaround, and get this dub.
How's it feel? Cameron Justice out, Charles Bassey out. You guys are finding the way to win. Are you guys finding your stride?
Yes, we are. You know, I know every team think that our season's over just because we've lost CB and just because Cam is hurt right now. You know, we know that people think that we ain't going to make it nowhere without him. So, you know, we just here to prove them wrong.
Brother, great game. Go out, enjoy it.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Back to you, John.
All right, Chris, nice job there with Tavion Hollingsworth, our player of the game. Once again, our final score, 71-69. Western Kentucky with a huge win. They are now won 2 games in a row. They go to 4-1 in Conference USA play. For Chris Walker and our entire crew, I'm John Schriffen. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Now let's send you to Lucas Oil Racing Production 1000 UTV/Pro Buggy Challenge Cup.